And the wait begins for Season 2 of Snow White with the Red Hair. If you're unaware, a Season 2 has been greenlit, and it will be coming out in winter 2016. So, if you thought this was the ending, well, we're going to be having even more coming out in winter. So, now that I've said that, the first season comes to an end, and even if we were never to get a Season 2, I'm actually satisfied with this ending, actually. And I felt like I could honestly not have to watch Season 2. I mean, I'm going to watch Season 2 because I want to see these characters more because I like the characters. But I mean, if I was to never see any more material from Snow White with the red hair, I think I'd be satisfied in a way. I mean, yes, there was some romance that wasn't cleared up with this season. Like, you know, there's some romance I want to see go somewhere. But for the most part, when it comes to the main couple, it was concluded. I mean, you know for a fact Shirayuki and Zen are going to be together just because of the way the episode was done and orientated around them. I mean, Zen's taking his steps to where he can be with Shirayuki and doesn't have to worry about anyone, you know, getting in his way. That's kind of what his goal is right now, just having it to where he'll do anything in his power to be able to be with Shirayuki. And so I felt like the series was decent in that regard. It, at the very least, cleared up the main romance, and we kind of got that entire bit settled with this finale. So, this episode definitely felt like a finale to me. Like, as I already said, it was a really good episode to conclude the romance, and the entire vibe of the episode, getting to see how Zen and Shirayuki were interacting with each other, along with the other characters like Obi and them. Just, the overall episode had this really good vibe to it that just made me smile throughout the entire episode. And you know when anime is doing its job, when you can just sit back and smile while you're watching the entire episode, you know it's doing a good job. It's very clear in this episode, which it was clear last week's episode, but it's clear in this week's episode that Obi has some form of feelings for Shirayuki, but his character is taking a direction that I don't know how to feel about, because right now it seems like he's holding back his emotions because he respects his master Zen so much. He's holding back this romance feelings he has for Shirayuki, but it is coming through at some points. Like when he gives Shirayuki a gift, and she puts it on, and I mean, Zen sees it at the end of the episode, and he's like, oh, I'm kind of jealous, but then, you know, he's like, it looks really good on you. So yeah, Obi does have some form of feelings for Shirayuki, and I'm willing to bet that this entire section right here when it comes to Obi's character is probably going to be one of the main crucial arcs of Season 2. Like, I could see Obi being one of the main characters of Season 2 that's going to have, like, some form of romance development, and probably going to be focusing on him and how he feels about Zen being with Shirayuki, because his character right now has that type of direction to grow into because of his interactions with Shirayuki in these past couple episodes. Now, besides Obi as a character and where I think his character is going to go in Season 2, I felt like there was one thing in this episode that was kind of missed out. Like, there was one thing that this series could have done a really good job with and actually used to the fullest of some of these scenes. Like, the play, like, you know, when Shirayuki had to stand in for the princess and, you know, be a fake princess and do the play. They missed a really good golden opportunity to do a reference to the show's title. If you don't know the title, I want to say it once again. Snow White. If they would have done a Snow White reference, like had it to where Shirayuki was laying down acting like, you know, she was in eternal slumber, and Zen walked in and kissed her and woke her up, that would have been a beautiful way to end the episode. Like, that was a missed opportunity, which kind of saddens me a little bit, because that would have been such a beautiful way to end Season 1. Just have it to where Zen walks in, kisses Shirayuki while she's, you know, acting like Snow White, and then she gets up, and then, you know, the season ends. I mean, just imagine how badass that would have been in terms of romantic feelings if you were to watch this episode and saw that. Like, think about it. That music starts playing at the end when you see the lights just coming up from the castle and stuff. What if at that scene when the lights came from the castle, you saw to where Zen kissed Shirayuki, she woke up out of, like, you know, Snow White sleeping, and those lights came up in the sky, heard the music, and then the ending song started playing. Just imagine the impact that scene would have had. So, that's my only complaint I really had. They just missed that opportunity, and they went more of a cliche route to the play scene, which I understand. This is, you know, a shoujo, and usually they do go that type of routes, but I just felt like it was a missed opportunity since, you know, Snow White was in the title. Besides that, though, instead of just lingering on to that, the series was very good. I felt like this episode did a good job with concluding what it wanted to conclude, and it was a wonderful series. I mean, if you love a cutesy little romance that's set in medieval times and, you know, doesn't actually have any fantasy, which I'm shocked about. You would think there would have been some form of fantasy in this series, but there wasn't, and it stays down to earth. So yeah, I'll see you guys all for the next time I talk about the series in Season 2, which will be in winter. It's gonna be a while, but, I mean, hey, we gotta wait for some good romance. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You'll have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.